You know, fame's a funny thing. It does funny things to people. I think it destroys a lot of people. I've seen some pretty sad situations. It's become sort of like a play, like you're on stage, and people begin acting and lose touch with, you know, what's really important. They pursue it, they find a stimulation in it, being around the people that, you know, help perpetuate that for them. I felt like I had started to lose the essence of why I had started surfing, what I loved about surfing. It took the fun out of surfing. It took the creativity out of it and took the fun out of it. And when they go, you sit back and you go, well, what in the hell am I doing this for? You know, at 16, you're thrown into it, and by the time I was 18, I'd spat out the end. I look at the way the industry, parts of the industry, have treated some young surfers, and I haven't been comfortable with it at all. I mean, they are just put up on a pedestal, they're given everything. There's no grounding, there's no one there really looking after their welfare. And if things go a bit wrong, those kids are just floating out there, completely ungrounded. And that bothers me, and it's bothered me a lot, because I can look back at my own life, you know, and if I hadn't had that family support and that friends to go back to that I grew up with, I often wonder, I'm going, geez, I wonder what would have happened. It was a world I'd never had any background into, you know, just by the nature of the lifestyle I grew up with. You know, my dad was a fisherman, my family were fishermen, then Dad was a builder, and it's all fairly straightforward. Your interactions with people are straightforward, or in your work straightforward. You make something, you get paid for it. It's pretty matter of fact. We didn't have so many distractions then. So consequently, I went back and simplified everything. I didn't want to compete. I didn't want to be in the public eye. I just wanted to surf and rediscover surfing as I once knew it. The sense of place was what was most important, and how unique and beautiful, and in terms of the ocean, how powerful it was. That's what dominated our consciousness. All we were really doing is trying to have fun, trying to make surfing more interesting and find out what was possible. And when I surfed, I didn't go, oh, I'm going to go out and do this. I just started fooling around with pressures and seeing what would happen if I turned up the face instead of along the face. You know, and I think that's the true core of creativity, is that absolute in the moment, and not getting away yourself, not with your own ego, not for any sort of ulterior motive. In other words, you know, you want to win in a contest, or you want to look good, or you want, all those things are distractions. It's all about that process, what comes from absolute absorption in the act. Whatever boards I shaped, I didn't really know what I was doing. I had no clue. I just would look at it and I'd go, oh, I'm going to do this. And that's really how basic it was. I never had stringers in some of my best boards, and when they were getting glassed, I'd get broom handles and bricks, and I'd get on the side of the board and look at the profile, and I'd set everything up and just bend it around. And I had no idea why. I just thought it should look like that. Having a heart attack, it's like the entire physical apparatus has been jolted, and everything is going, take it easy this time, learn humility. really learn it at every level and realise I can't just paddle out there and take a wave like I once would have. You know, no matter what I've done in my life, I've always been able to recover and get over things really well. And I've gotten over the heart attack well, but I've got some problems with my immune system and my liver function and stuff. And now I'm really aware that I am just like everybody else. I'm capable of dying very, very suddenly, and really I could get very sick and not be able to live the life I'm living very easily. I'd started to let surfing go. If it wasn't for Jarrah, the sun, I don't know if I even would have been surfing for these last few years. And I've tried to sort of, again, go back to a beginning and try and find a new way to enter back into my surfing, to get back into the shaping. And now I've sort of gone, well, you know, I don't have to get caught up in all the things that were sort of pushing me away from it. And it's working again, you know, I'm starting to feel real inspiration for surfing again. But I'm not thinking about my surfing. I'm not thinking about my board. The board is just a vehicle for accessing the wave. Me being known or famous just isn't very important at all. Sometimes I find fame is absolutely hilarious. It's just a complete invention. It's more about, you know, developing as a person and living a decent life and all kinds of other things. I think you can get to a place when you're older that you really understand the nature of your own life so much more clearly. You know, just all this stuff that people invent, it just means nothing. I see waves coming through that once upon a time I could get into, but now I can't. Well, I can, but it's not a pretty result. So those kind of things, you just let it go, you know. And there's a bigger thing in life than all of that. Anytime you're inspired, your life really works well.